Hey Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Saturday. I have a reading out here for you today, and you need to take it as it resonates, of course. And thank you guys so much for all your support and your understanding of me being MIA. Either way, I have the Page of Swords, and then I have the Four of Wands in the reverse. I have the Five of Swords in the reverse. That's the first row. Okay. Ace of Swords is in the reverse. Seven of Wands is out here. Nine of Swords is in the reverse. Heavy on the air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Then Aries and Leo are also a part of this situation. Chinese years, tiger, dragon, monkey, horse, and dog. Okay, those are specific. You guys are really wanting to kind of go on your own little path, your own little way. There's been a lot of drama. There's been a lot of chaos, people fighting, arguing, people that you know fighting with other people you know, trying to throw you in the middle too, trying to drag you into it specifically. You have your defenses up specifically. It has really caused a lot of feelings of aggression, and it's also made you feel like you don't want to be that person. So it's kind of pulled out little things in you that have made you see that those parts of you are needing to be healed. And it's like the trigger was there for a reason. Okay. But the feeling is definitely you want to pull yourself away from the situation. These people have even lied about you or lied on you. And that's really disturbing to me. But you've had to keep your defenses up. And also the fact that they lied to you. If they're a liar to someone else, they're a liar to you. And that's just the way it goes. So they can't be honest, and you really don't like when people can't be honest. I think all you can do is respect people that are honest, and this is really hard for you to respect these individuals. This is what I'm feeling for you. You want to get yourself out of this nightmare for sure, because you know it's becoming nothing but like a burden to you. um Basically, I feel like you guys are really trying to move away. I saw the Queen of Swords in the reverse earlier, so you feel like someone's overly critical, overly judgmental, whatever it may be. It's actually taking it in a sense that you're reflecting your own judgment towards others, and you're like, I don't want to be around these people. This isn't my environment. This is not how I choose to live my life. They can live their life however they want to, and I don't have to judge that, but I don't need to be a part of it. Specifically, I've realized that's not the equation I want to be a part of. And so, with that being the case, I feel like you guys are really just about to be curious, moving on, finding out certain things on your own. You're understanding their limitations, that they can't explore outwards or expand because they can't go within and heal. They can't see why they have these specific insecurities, or why they have these specific fears, or why they have to judge other people all the time or get mad at somebody else for their life choices specifically. Yeah, you're kind of really tired of it. Knight of Swords is even here. When I know I have the Page and the Knight of Swords, that's a lot of action you're about to be taken, especially mentally. But this has been nothing but a mental overloaded burden for you. Being drug in the middle of drama, being told this or that, being blamed for things that aren't even your fault. Just a lot of craziness. The Hierophant and the reversal. Like, you are a nonconformist, or you're really learning about yourself that you do not want to conform. Yes, you are a Capricorn, and Capricorns are very responsible, and they really take heed into things that are specifically about duty and counsel, and then what they do is they put all that determination and ambition in behind it. So that's why it's always good to have a Capricorn on your team, especially when they believe in what they are doing. But I think you realize there's certain beliefs that you had that kind of have broken, and these beliefs are not going to be the ones that carry you forward anymore. And that's why the Hierophant's in the reverse, because you're finally realizing that you don't need to be a part of that anymore. That's not who you are, and you realize that those parts of you that you are noticing that are rising to the surface to be healed, could have really strayed you away from this whole situation that you're in the first place. So now you're really trusting in your own emotional expression and how you have been going about things mentally, and your own thought process. Your own thought process has even kind of switched up, which has brought some confusion and made you kind of had some maybe foggy viewpoints of things. But that's okay, because the fog shall clear when you learn more things. The clarity will come. The insight you need is within that fog, because that is the place that you have not totally went in and discovered much of. So of course it's not going to be totally something that you are full and 100% aware of. But you know that to get to where you are now, you've had to learn these things, right? So it's okay to learn new things. It's okay to be like, okay, I guess old dogs can learn new tricks. And that's exactly what this feeling is. Okay, the High Priestess is because you're very intelligent. Also, not to mention, your antenna, like your antenna, a lot of people tune into that channel not understanding like the depth of the channel that you withhold, so they will be like very attracted to your energy, and these are a lot of negative energies, a lot of whatever maybe. That's why it's been hard for you to find true friends or people that are like reliable or people that are like honest, because you wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt because they had followed you around like a puppy dog or whatever, because they were so intrigued by you and they made you feel something, but that was because you were lacking something in the past that you didn't get. um, like, I don't know if it was maybe your own friends from the past, like growing up, school friends that didn't really recognize you in ways, or your own parents that didn't, like almost basically honor you and love you the way that you feel that like they should. And then you have these people following around like puppy dogs, so you feel like that was a sense of love that you were not getting, so it was feeling something like a void. But you realize that void had all the potential to be filled by yourself, and you were kind of allowing yourself to stray away from the true purpose and the path of yourself, and you are now aligning yourself back into what actually truly matters. And what truly matters is a little bit different than what your beliefs had made you believe mattered. So that's why it makes you feel the way you do, and it's a little bit hazy. But I feel like with it's as simple as this: if you don't have an experience, you can't experience anything. If you have no experience, then you need to get out there to experience. And to be experienced, you must experience. Like, all of those things really align together. You can't just, like, Adam and Eve were the most innocent, childlike individuals, and they had not one clue. In a sense, God had said, don't touch the forbidden fruit. But here comes the serpent, and the serpent was there for a reason, because they would have just literally bowed down to God and said, okay, because they didn't think they had any other option. They really didn't think they had any other option. They were being innocent into their own thing. But when the serpent came along and tempted them, which is the sense of what we live temptation. But yes, and that's how we learn our experiences. That's how we learn that we really don't need all these things to be feeling vital and alive. We really need ourselves as a whole. We don't need the temptations of money, or the temptations of materialistic gain, or the intentions of having the bigger house or having the best car, or whatever it may be, right? Because those things really don't matter. In the end, no, it's not what matters. But the point is, this was given to them, and they realized that they could do that. And the reason why they even did it is because they had no experience at all. And if they didn't do that, none of us would have had this. None of us would have been able to connect the way we are, because they would have just listened to God, and that would have been it. Okay, so yes, it's okay to rebel. Yes, it's okay to learn. Yes, it's the best to experience, because the more experience you gain, the better and more wholesome you become. You know, especially when you go deep with your experiences. So I feel like this is just you really wanting to expand your horizons and go a different direction and deepen your understanding of who you are, which is the most selfless thing you can do. Because the more people work on self, it's like everybody has a vehicle, but if everybody had another person working on their vehicle all the time, that other person would run out of time for their own vehicle, or not have enough time for their own vehicle. But if everybody could work on their own vehicle and learn how to do it and learn how to tune it and all the things, then guess what? Nobody would have to take time out of their own to do it for someone else, because everybody would do it. So it's the most selfless thing to do, to work on yourself. Okay. Anyways, a few messages we have. Someone makes up so many excuses. This is exactly what we were talking about. Dealing with a workaholic, always working, work. That's a Capricorn for you. Grandfather energy vibes. You could definitely have idolized your grandfather. Your grandfather is definitely happy for you, and that you are doing the right thing. Yes, I do feel like they have passed away for a lot of you. I feel like you wish you would have had more time with them, especially knowing who they were. You wish you would have known them when they were younger. I feel like a lot of you would have really, really bonded with your grandfather if you guys were like the same age or whatever. I mean, you probably already did, but you have thought about it a few times. Yeah, this is definitely somebody who guided you in a healthy manner, and the way that you've grown up and the way that you've been raised is right. Okay, but now you're changing up your belief, but your grandfather has even done that in the spiritual. Okay, this is another reason why you're also being linked to this energy, and why it's pulling you and drawing you towards the true purpose of you. And this is something your grandfather is actually very proud of. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, Capricorn. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you got to do. keep being ambitious, keep being determined. You're going to get to where you need to, and it's all going to be beautiful.